Several people have asked me about questions about how to do the change of direction with the court cards. And I thought I'd better do a bit of research into this because I realised I'd kind of forgotten where it all came from. To do this, we'll go back into a bit of a history of the Golden Dawn and the origins of the tarot system within it. There's a book called Book T, T as in for tarot, and it lists basically the major and minor and court cards and the descriptions of them. So this is the basis of where we find the information about the tarot cards. Now there is an interesting quotation at the start of the book T, in particular the opening of the key spread, and it says, "This method is that given to students of the grade Adeptus Minor, Adeptus Minor in the RR and AAC, but it has been revised and improved while certain safeguards have been introduced in order to make its abuse impossible." Now, the grade of Adeptus Minor, where is that in the Golden Dawn? It actually corresponds to the sixth Sephiroth, which is Tiferet. And the interesting thing about the Adeptus Minor grade, it's the grade where it's the actual key to the Holy Guardian Angel. And which is interesting because in my book, Tarot and the Magus, the title says, "Open the key to divination, magic, and the Holy Guardian Angel." So this is the whole thing about the tarot. You can go through the grade structure if you like, and you know there's lots of Golden Dawns out there for you, and you can join the OTOs if you want as well. But basically, the tarot, this is the key to the opening of the key spread and the Holy Guardian Angel, and this is the original instructions that it gave within the book T. So there we have it. Now the basic instructions in book T are very, very simple, and it's a master of brevity actually because of that much text. It goes all the 5 stages, which is kind of useful, and nowhere does it mention change of direction. It doesn't mention significators either, really. So the next stage is to actually look at the big Golden Dawn book, which is this is the big Golden Dawn book. Okay, there's a smaller version, black version from Llewellyn, which is a quarter the size, I think. And in here, volume 9, which is written by McGregor Mathers, also has a much more detailed kind of exposition of the stages and how you work through the opening of the key spread. And one of the things that you're supposed to do is pick a significator at the start and find a significator in the 4 piles, and then count from that significator or go from that direction. So the thing is the significator is going to be a court card, and so the direction is kind of going to do with the way the court cards face. Now the problem is, in book T, there is no rule that says the court card should face in any particular direction. If you're looking at Crowley's tarot cards, the court cards, they all face different directions. And in an example of the Queen of Cups, of course, you can't even see her face, and if she is looking directions, she's probably looking straight ahead. So it's not there. So where does it come from, this idea of changing direction? I think the basic method really comes from the fact that the court cards, particularly the knights and the queens, are related to Hukma and Bina respectively. So Hukma is on the right side of the tree of life as we face at the top, and Bina is on the left hand side. So you'd want because they're imbalanced off either side, you want the energies to come to the centre. So you would want, so the knights would, you want to count to, you want to count it to the left, and the queens you want to count to the right, which is all very well, except of course if you have reverse court cards. So then, if it's reversed, does that mean you count in the same direction, or do you change direction? Again, it's a kind of it's a real mess in that respect. So when I was writing Tarot and Omegas, and I was looking at these things, I decided there has to be a much better method of looking at all this. And basically, the court cards represent the individuals. They're real people in many respects. And so it seems a bit ridiculous to say that if you hit a court card, you should change direction. And it's actually better to say that if you hit a court card, you can change direction, because this gives this element of free will. Now, of course, free will in this case means you either go that way or you go that way. But still, it's better than just with the minor cards and the major cards, you just to continue in the same kind of direction. So, the simple method with the court cards is that if, and only if, you hit a court card, you can change direction. Now, when you first start analysing a string of cards and to see where the court cards are and which direction they go, it's better to start with the top card, whatever that is, and counting in one direction, then count in the other direction. And if you hit a court card, you just keep on going. You don't change direction. And in the same way, if you go the other way, you continue in that direction as well. It's only when you've got a bit better idea, feel of where the cards are and how they relate to each other, is it worth actually going back and counting on a court card in the opposite direction, if required. So there's a I hope that clarifies what to do about the court cards. Basically, you have a choice. The choice is not related to which direction the court cards face, because it's never in the Golden Dawn rules as such as to which direction the court card should face in any way. And it's just an extra tool, if you like, to give you a bit more flexibility in how you read the tarot cards and how they relate to each other.